Tonight, the Bridgeport Fire Department is mourning the death of a firefighter, Terrence Kramer. He was killed over the weekend, and the suspect is now in custody. As Naveen Dhaliwal reports, Kramer's heartbroken family is left questioning why this happened.
As Shania Neal Walker talks about her stepfather, Terrence Kramer.
Such a sweet person, very brave, very courageous.
She beams with love, admiration, and then the unimaginable loss.
Very heartbreaking. There's so many questions I have as far as why, how, answers that I may never get.
It was early Saturday when a 911 call came in, and EMS crews found Kramer bleeding with a gunshot wound here on Feely Street in Stratford. Despite the efforts of first responders, the 41-year-old father of 3 did not survive.
He didn't deserve it, though. He didn't deserve it.
Kramer served on the Bridgeport Fire Department for nearly a decade, earning respect for his dedication and his commitment to protecting lives. Colleagues say he was always the first to respond when someone was in danger. His 10-year-old son Jackson knew firefighting was his dad's passion.
He liked saving people because it made him feel good, and he just always wanted to be a firefighter.
Police have now arrested 41-year-old Jabari Bush in connection to Kramer's killing. He's now charged with murder, home invasion, and criminal possession of a firearm. Now, authorities haven't said what led up to the shooting, but Kramer's family says they're focused on his memory.
I have mercy. I am not God, and I do not judge. It left us very devastated. Don't know how to move forward. It's a tough situation.
A beloved brother, son, and a friend whose loss leaves a hole in the hearts of a community he served. In Bridgeport, Naveen Dhaliwal, CBS News, New York.
Let me tell you about an app called Free Cash. Free Cash is the #1 app worldwide, allowing users like yourself to make money off their phone for free. If you want to make $200 plus a week for free, download using my link in the description or the QR code on the screen. If you download now for free using my link or QR code, you will get a free $5 into your account for free. That's $5 for free, no requirements. So download Free Cash today to make easy, quick, and free money.
We now know jealousy is the alleged motive in the shooting death of a Bridgeport firefighter.
Tony Aiello was in court earlier today as a judge set bail for the alleged killer at $3 million.
41-year-old Jabari Bush answered Judge Robert Golger quietly. But the arrest warrant says he yelled at his ex-girlfriend early Saturday, quote, "You're here with another man," before punching her and fatally shooting her new boyfriend, Bridgeport firefighter Terrence Kramer, a divorced father of 2 young boys. Jackson Kramer says his dad loved serving the community.
Because he liked saving people because it made him feel good, and he just always wanted to be a firefighter.
I remember seeing him at a couple fires where he was a nozzleman and just fearless, going in, doing his job.
We're at a loss for words, losing somebody like that. I mean, you would see Kramer walk in the morning and your spirits would just lift in the firehouse. So we're all very sad.
Firefighter Kramer was fatally shot at this house in Stratford. Investigators say he was in a bedroom with his girlfriend when Jabari Bush forced his way into the home. The arrest warrant portrays Jabari Bush as a man obsessed with his ex-girlfriend, bombarding her with unwanted phone calls and text messages, allegedly showing up unwanted at her place of work, and 2 days before the shooting at her home in Stratford. Bush has a 2004 conviction for assault, but also a good job as a mechanic and owned a home. The firefighters who attended court say they will surround Kramer's family with support to honor a man who lived up to the motto, brave and beyond. In Bridgeport, Tony Aiello, CBS News, New York.
First and foremost, RIP to this man. This was a father, and like I always say, the people who suffers the most in these situations are always the kids. This was an innocent man who lost his life to a man who was emotionally weak. This is why I always tell you guys, simps are the most dangerous dudes on this planet, because simps allow women to manipulate their minds and cause them to crash out because they are emotionally weak. Now, here's the thing, right? when it comes to these situations, I don't care what anybody says. I always pay attention to the woman. Because if you're dealing with a man who is stalking you, right? Why are you entertaining other men? Why are you putting other men in harm's way if you know you got a stalker? And who is the stalker? It's your ex-boyfriend. So which means there is some type of emotional attachment he still got with you. And that could be for a number of reasons. You probably was playing with that man emotionally, knowing he's a weak man. You probably was taking advantage of him and then decided to move on. And he's like, damn, after I invested all this money in you, you want to move on? And based on the fact that he's a simp, he's emotionally weak, he crashed out, right? And the innocent brother who was dealing with this woman lost his life. She's still alive. All she's about to do is move on to the next man. While one man is in jail and one man is 6 feet under. What type of woman you think that is, bro? Let's be real, bro. And they are more focused on the ex-boyfriend, which is granted. His ass should be in jail. But let's also investigate the woman. Let's figure out why would she put this man in harm's way, knowing that she got a crazy ex. These are the games these women be playing, bro. A woman will entertain a dude that she knows he's mentally weak. She knows that. And what she's going to do is play with that man's emotions until she's tired, until she's done using him. And then she moves on and entertains another man, right? While this dude is still not over her because he's like, damn, I invested all this in you and this is what you're going to do to me? No. And then he crashes out. But the fact that she knew this dude was stalking her, bro, and she had that. And here's the thing, right? I'm pretty sure before that guy came to her house, he was calling her phone. He was blowing her up. Something didn't snap and tell her, okay, yo, my crazy ex is blowing me up. I think you should leave. No. You should leave. That's why I think this situation should really be investigated, bro. This happens too many times, and these women get away with this shit. And all they're gonna do is move on to the next man. Fellas, here's the thing, right? See, I'm not a fool, right? And the type of energy that you attract, that's exactly who you are. This to me is a woman, who is into toxic energy. This sounds to me like a woman who play games. Because when you deal with a virtuous woman, bro, a quality woman, you wouldn't have these types of issues where she's still talking to her ex or her ex is still... Listen, if you meet a woman and she have any type of communication with her ex, leave that woman alone. Trust that. Leave that situation alone. Those types of situations never ends well. Because here's the thing about a bird. When a bird is done with you, she's moving on. And she doesn't care if you're hurt. She doesn't care about your emotions. So after a bird gets tired of a man and she moves on, she's moving on. So it's on you. So what you gonna do, right? So you're supposed to dismiss the emotional connection that you have with her and just walk away too. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why as a man, you gotta be strong, emotionally strong, especially if you're dealing with birds, because birds are cutthroat. So if a man is not that emotionally strong, he's going to always crash out every time. Every time, bro. These birds are dangerous, bro. It's not a coincidence that one brother is in jail and one brother is 6 feet under. Things like that don't just happen. You got to look at the person. What is the common denominator here? To me, it's the bird. To me, it's the bird, man. And the problem is these women get away with this shit all the time, bro. R.I.P. to trouble. It's the same situation, bro. It's the same situation. Always a weak-ass ex-boyfriend. That's because these birds love to play mind games with these simps. And the problem is when these simps crash out, they don't be crashing out on the bird. It's always the innocent dude who this bird just started dealing with every time. Fellas, be careful out here, bro. Be careful out here. Listen, when you choose to go over to these birds' houses, bro, to these birds' cribs, to these birds' nests, protect yourself, brother. Do not trust these birds because you never know. That man probably was paying her rent. You just never know. So as a man, if you want to go over to these birds' crib, bro, one thing that you don't do is sleep over. That's first and foremost. Don't you dare get that comfortable. Go over there, make sure you're facing the door or whatever the case may be. Handle your business, smash, and move around. Do not take all your clothes off and get in the bed all comfy and all that. Make sure you got your protection with you. Make sure you got your safety. Do not trust these birds, bro. And my thing is this, bro. If you're going to go over to these chicks' crib, bro, make sure you got your piece with you. That's just the bottom line. That's because you never know what these birds into, fam. You never know what these birds into. You could be chilling with a chick because let's be real. If you're at a chick crib, you trying to crack some. You trying to vibe. You might have a little drink. You might blow one, but you trying to get to it. Like you trying to crack some cheeks, you know? So you got to understand, you can't let your guard down, bro. You just can't. You just can't, bro. Me personally, fam, I done been over to chicks' cribs before, and I heard that knock on the door. And one thing that bro better not do while I'm there is open that door or even entertain that. Because I ain't going out like that, man. I'm not. Look, man, fellas, be careful out here, man. But situations like this could happen to anybody, man. That's the whole thing. Situations like this could happen to anybody. Me personally, fam, at this point in my life, I'm not a big fan of going over to women cribs. I just don't trust these birds that much. Fellas, man, be careful out here, man. That's just the bottom line.
If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. You all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.